So this is how to use text formatting in Scenario. There are two places where you can use text formatting. One of them is in a text item, as you can see here. The other is on a label that is on some other item, such as a camera. So they follow two different sets of rules. The text item itself, you just change its width and the rest of the text adjusts to that. But once you click into it, you double click on it or hit enter to start editing, and then you can see that wherever you click, there's different formatting based on that. So if you want, you can select a certain area, you can make that bold or not bold, you can make that a different color. It's all very flexible when you're doing it with a text item, and you can see we can do bold, italic, all the normal formatting stuff, as well as some lists and some different justifications. And you choose that all from the bottom, from the actions down here. Now for items like cameras and actors and fixtures, the formatting applies to the entire label. So in this case, this would be something where if you wanted to, for whatever reason, make this a different color, maybe you need to make it show up a little better in a specific context, but let's say you set it up with colors like this that look good there, but make it maybe a little bit difficult to read that. So once you click into text editing here, any changes you make are going to apply to the whole text. So if I change the color here to white, we see the whole thing becomes white. If I make it bold, the whole thing becomes bold. And what that means is that you can still edit this text over here and also in the layers sidebar, and it'll update it here, but keep the formatting. So that is how we use that. The other thing that we've changed is now, instead of just deleting this text in order to make that label go away, you can actually just toggle it off, which means that you don't have to get rid of the name. The name is a useful thing to be able to see over here and over here. So you can just toggle it on and off as needed. And that extends to when you're adding an item. The show default label doesn't determine whether or not it puts the text in there, it just determines whether or not it actually gets shown. So when I drag it in, you see now it's not there, but it's only because it's hidden. The text actually is there. So that is how you use text. Enjoy.